Countless champions have been crowned throughout the history of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! But what about the underdogs, the dark horses, the decks that upon first glance make you question everything you thought you knew about the game? In this series, both MBT and myself will be showcasing some of Yu-Gi-Oh's wackiest unsung heroes. Each episode will feature new decks, new strategies, and the results will be unpredictable. You've seen the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! But this is the history of Jank. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
Today is a momentous day in the history of Jank because we have finally exhausted the coughing baby decks from 2016. We are now on to lists with the potential to top. Behold our wheel. And we've got 5 lists here that I'm very excited to try out. The first is Cimoooooooo. This is a deck that makes use of Unizombie in order to utilize the new Cimoooooooo monsters for powerful zombie synchro combos. It also plays a card called Cimoooooooo Swallow Slash, which is just a 3-for-1. Next up, we've got Fluffle. Fluffle, of course, is transformed by this point. Brilliant Fusion is out, which means it is an incredibly capable OTK machine, but it's also got going first lines that end on things like Nat Beast. Monarch makes use of the fact that, for some reason, Fort Monolith's stats are the same as a Monarch's, and utilizes a significant amount of cards like Tenacity and Pantheism to add much-needed consistency to a deck that was already kind of playable. Kaiju is like the other Kaiju deck that we played, except actually good. Instead of playing terrible cards like Capture Mission and Files, it's utilizing the Gradle monsters in order to get these powerful Kaijus back after giving your opponent them in exchange for their most powerful card. And finally, Raid Raptor is okay during this period. They have a lot of the material that you're used to these days. Force Strix is legal, as are most of the main deck monsters that still make up Raid Raptor mains, and they have lines that go to Ultimate Falcon. So what am I looking for? Well, I would like to play Monarch. I would like to play Fluffle, and I would like to turn my brain off and play a little Gradle Kaiju as well. Oh no, not today. Need a little more Jank in my tank before I play that deck.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we may have lost last episode, but we've got 5 new decks loaded up into the Wheel of Jank for you to see. We've got Chaos Max, we've got Dynamist, we've got Nurseburn, Ninja, Blackwing. It's going to be a fun few episodes for the history of Jank. So let's spin the wheel, see what we are going to get. There is plenty of fun stuff ahead of us. And of course, we are starting with everyone's favorite.
I know I just said it, but feels good to be looking at a deck with playable cards in it again. Behold Fort Monarch. So you may not be familiar during this period, but in 2016, both Fort and Monarch were pretty independently playable. Monarch, of course, needs no introduction. These cards are absolutely bonkers. Erebus and Aether still see play to this day if your name is exactly Lithium, but you might not be sold on Fort. In the 2016 NAWCQ season, this deck was around. I'm not going to claim that it was really good or really powerful. I think it did clear 2 top cut at that event, but there was a lot of hype around it, and people did have board plans for the strategy. Things like Full House were seeing play, for instance, because of Card of Demise. That card was incredibly powerful in that strategy, using the Forts as pendulum cards that could sit in your zones as a holding facility so you didn't have to discard anything if you activated Demise turn 1. Both of these archetypes are pretty good, and both of them, importantly, do have synergies. A significant amount of the Monarch cards require you to reveal a monster with 2,400 attack and 1,000 defense, and what do you know? The Forts randomly have the Monarch stat line. It seems like a match made in heaven, 2 pretty competitive decks playing some cards that shore up their weaknesses. Unfortunately, that was all theory. In practice, the deck was not nearly as powerful. That's because, unfortunately, Fort really appreciated the ability to have a significant amount of cards in the spaces now occupied by the Monarch cards that gave it options, whereas Monarch's large problem was bricking, but unfortunately that wasn't helped by the introduction of the Forts. You'd think a bunch of cards that do the same thing would do the trick for a deck that can't consistently find the same open, but it turns out that any scenario in which you have both a Monarch and a Tenacity, you weren't bricking anyway. It resolves a type of brick that the deck really wasn't concerned about. That said, the deck is still fine. It's a lot of play, especially at the local and regional level, and it is really funny to use Tenacity of the Monarchs to reveal Cleafort Monolith, and then grab a Pantheism, activate the Pantheism, and find your singleton copy of Scout. You'll notice that our deck is playing Anti-Spell Fragrance, which seems insane in a deck that's playing Pendulum monsters, but realistically with Monarch Stormforth you can easily win without setting scales. You can set scales first, or honestly, it's just better to not have to worry about your opponent's much better spells than the ones you're playing. Let's do the card by card. We are playing 3 copies of Cleafort Carrier, 3 copies of Cleafort Disc. It's funny that the big Clees also have the Monarch stat line. 3 Helix, 3 Stealth, 3 Monolith, and 1 Scout, the only copy you were allowed to play during this period. After that, we've got the Monarch spells, Pantheism of the Monarch Stormforth, and Tenacity of the Monarch. We can't play Return because of the restrictions on Return of the extra deck. We're a Pendulum deck, and cards do end up there occasionally. Same reason we're not on Domain. We're playing 1 Sacrifice, 3 Summoner's Art, an Upstart Goblin, and then a bunch of really fun and fair cards. Skill Drain, Vanities, Recreate, Triple Anti-Spell, Triple Solemn Strike, and a Warning in the side. We've got Twin Twister, Maxi, Rivalry, Gozen, and GAM-CL. So, very excited to be playing a deck that actually has teeth. Here's Alex, and he'll explain how he's going to beat my 19 Floodgates.
Now, I know what you're thinking. You're taking a look at this list and thinking, Alex, it's 2016 in the history of Jank. There's no conceivable way that Blackwing is playable during this time. And you'd be correct. But that doesn't stop some crazy lunatics from actually getting almost tops with it at regionals around this time. And that is, of course, in part to the new support that was provided to this archetype. So, introducing modern Blackwing, like, we're not at the point where we have full armor master or anything like that for a win condition. We're still just kind of playing Blackwings at this point. And when you look at some of the other decks during this time, it's conceivable you could win, but I wouldn't call it very likely. Let's just quickly do the card by card. Most of you already know Shura, Gale, Bora, you know, even Zephyros by this point, just because these are like the most known Blackwings, but we're playing bad Blackwings like Gladius, which is an all-star in Master Duel Masochist. We have Chris, the Crack of Dawn, which is actually kind of cracked. If you control a Blackwing other than Chris, you can special summon it, and once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by spell or trap effects. On a 1900, this card in Limited is actually just insane. And then we have Orochi the Squall, which is a tuner that can also be special summoned, and if it's sent to the grave as a synchro material, you can target a monster on the field, change its battle position. We're of course playing triple Maxi and triple Radiant just to allow us to play the game, and then we're playing double Allure, triple Black Whirlwind, double Dark Hole, Foolish, triple Instant Fusion, Regeki, triple Twin Twister, and of course Upstart Goblin for consistency. Now you might be wondering what the hell we're actually summoning in this deck, and of course that's where the extra deck comes in. So Norden's legal during this time, which is, you know, fantastic for anyone trying to play any deck that plays 4s. We of course have Armory Arm. We have Assault Blackwing, Raikiri the Rain Shower. This card is actually kind of crazy. So it's generic, but on Synchro Summon, using a Blackwing monster as material, it's treated as a tuner while face up on the field. And once per turn, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of other Blackwings you control and destroy them. So the fact that you can just constantly blow up your opponent's stuff every turn is pretty good. We of course have Black Rose. We have Graham the Shining Star, which on Synchro Summon, you can special summon a level 4 lower non-tuner Blackwing from your hand, but its effects are negated. We have Nothung the Starlight, which I think was already out at this point. You can inflict 800 damage on special summon to your opponent, then target a face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 800 attack and defense. And during the main phase, you can normal summon another Blackwing in addition to your normal summoner set. We have Obsidian Hawk Joe, the Blackwing Tamer. Needs a Blackwing tuner and a non-tuner Blackwing specifically, so this is not generic in the slightest, but you can target a level 5 or higher winged beast monster in your grave and special summon it. And when your opponent activates a card effect that targets only this card, or when your opponent targets this card for an attack, quick effect, target another Blackwing monster you control that would be an appropriate target, and you get to redirect it to that monster. We of course also have Trishula, and then for the Xyz, we have Castel, Ice Beast Xerofin, which requires Winged Beast, so we can actually play it in this deck, Utopia, Master Key Beetle, Utopia Prime, and Utopia the Lightning. And for the side, we have triple Veiler, triple MST, Soul Charge, triple Deck Dev, triple Eradicator because we're playing Darks, and then Warning and Emptiness. I don't really think this is going to go very well, but you know what? It's Blackwing. I'm the Blackwing guy from Prague. We're going to give it a shot. So ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Well, Joseph, a new set of decks on the wheel of Jank, and judging by your sleeves, I see you've already picked one of your favorites.
Yes. Well, to be fair, I like all the decks on my wheel. I think probably the one I'm least enthused about is Raid Raptor, but that's just because they don't have Wise Strix at this time because Konami hadn't invented links.
Imagine.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy to be playing this deck, as I am happy to be playing most of the decks. When we loaded in, you said, "Oh, damn it!" So I'm excited to see this matchup. I imagine it's really good.
Let's just say you'll be getting plenty of Wing Beast action before the Raid Raptors show up. So shout out to patron Zinc Smug. Thank you for the support, buddy. You got the hand up.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3. The number of monsters I probably need to do anything in this deck.
Yeah, I threw up a 24 for some reason.
So then that means you win.
Correct.
So
correct.
you will be going first, which means I lose the game. Fantastic. All right, best of luck, buddy.
If you thought Monarch was bricky, wait till you see when we introduce more bricks into the equation. Okay, I said that and then I opened playable.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we'll begin with Tenacity of the Monarchs. I'm going to reveal. Did you know they all have this stat line?
Isn't that great? Isn't that amazing?
It's great for one of us at the table. We are going to grab... I understand why this deck isn't playing the continuous trap. You literally can't activate it while you have a Cleaford in scale. But... I still wish
it would have helped you out in this particular hand for a certain spell card you might be holding.
Yeah. I guess I'll just grab Pantheism.
Oh, I guess. Boo-hoo.
Snore, Pantheism,
Oh,
pitch Pantheism.
No. Wow. Oh, yeah. You know, you're just you're struggling out here.
Woe is me. All right. We're going to banish Pantheism of the Monarchs here.
All right. I imagine I'm not getting a choice in the matter. But
you know, I think you are. We're actually going to reveal Pantheism, Stormforth.
I don't really want to give you Stormforth, so I will, I guess, give you another Pantheism. Why not?
All right. And now another Pantheism. We drew
another Pantheism.
We had the third Stormforth. I just want something to do going first. Ooh, and I might have just found it. Okay, let's scale Cleafort Monolith and Cleafort Helix. We will Pendulum Summon 1. It'll just be Helix. And then...
That's fine.
We'll send that bad boy face up. We will normal summon Carrier.
That's fine.
We're going to set 2. We'll proceed to end step and activate the effect of Monolith to draw a card.
Why are you playing back row? Yeah, that's fine. It's Clee.
Why are you playing back row? Yeah. I don't know. Who
Imagine.
knows?
Imagine. Anything is standby.
No, go off.
Okay, we're going to go main 1. Let's start with Allure. Please, God. Oh, my God. We'll go ahead and banish Zephyros the Elite.
Wow, that's like a good Blackwing.
Yeah, he's not bad. Let's go normal Shura.
Sure. Are you sure you want to do that?
So funny.
Yeah.
We're going to special summon Chris the Crack of Dawn.
Ooh, Chris the... yeah, Chris the Crack of Dawn is fine.
Let's just special Bora while we're at it too. Why
yeah,
not?
just get them all out. Get them all out.
We're just getting them all out. We're getting them all out. You know what? We'll keep going. Foolish Burial.
Yeah, let's go.
This is why we didn't need. This is why we didn't need Bora.
Yeah,
or Zephyros rather, because we can just dump Zephyros this way.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what we can do? Bam!
Yeah.
Bam!
For some reason,
I'll take
Bora,
400.
Yeah, Bora does not have the once per turn on him.
Bam! Because he was printed in 2009. That's why. All right. So you may notice I still don't have a way to kill Carrier.
Carrier. Yeah. I know one way you might be able to clear Carrier.
Yeah. What do you mean, Joseph? What do you mean?
Yeah.
So we're going to what do we want to do? I've got some things. Okay. We're going to overlay Zephyros and Bora for Utopia.
Yes.
Prime.
Also fine.
Lightning.
Okay, absolutely not.
I figured we were getting there eventually. All right. What's plan B now? Problem is your Helix is actually draining all my guys by a few hundred points, and that's actually proving to be quite annoying here.
Yeah,
let's go instant fusion.
Oh, that's pretty good. Norden's legal, right?
Yeah, Norden's legal, so that's cool. Activate.
Yes.
We'll get back. You know what? Get back Bora. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
What are we making this time? Let's go for Castel.
That's fine. You do know that Castel doesn't out Carrier here, right?
I'm aware.
Okay, just check.
Castel, target Helix.
I guess that's like kind of annoying. Sure. That's fine. Oh, get the fuck out of there.
Back to the deck. You don't get that in your pendulum zone. Master Key Beetle.
I see. Sure.
God damn it.
All right, we're dead. Go ahead.
Okay, standby main.
I told you this is gonna suck for me.
Okay, we will activate Sacrifice, targeting carrier.
Oh, great. Now this is even more impossible for me to kill. Yeah.
Well, don't worry, you don't have to. We're gonna normal summon Disc.
That's the wrong zone, but sure.
We'll go Disc effect. Let's go Sacrifice effect. Scout is legal. So we will grab that off Sacrifice, and then I don't know. Let's just summon some assholes.
Big old
right?
dudes.
Some stealth. I probably don't need the other monolith. He's like a funny card. Let's go.
Just big.
Scout, pay 8, feel great.
Are we dead?
You are. Yes, you are. We will PS2 here.
Oh yeah, you haven't even pendulum
1.
summoned yet. We're dead. We're
Yeah,
so
yeah.
crap. Joseph, I told you this wasn't gonna be a good time for me. This is so bad. I can't out a 2400.
Bro, you're gonna have to figure out a way to pretty shortly.
Okay. This hand's looking a little bit more promising, but I'm still a bit nervous.
I will say my hand is looking pretty bad. I think this is a beatable one.
I've got a line, but it can backfire really fucking hard against me, and I'm not liking that. Fuck it. Shure.
Yeah.
Gale.
Yeah.
Synchro. We can actually do this now. We're gonna go for Raikiri the Rain Shadow. Rain Shower, excuse me. Rain Shadow would have sounded cooler. Anyway, we're going to set 2 and pass and hope it's good enough.
Once per turn, you can target monsters your opponent controls up to the number of Blackwings to destroy them. All right, what you working with here?
Eradicator.
Ooh, okay. The worst Eradicator in the history of Eradicators.
Did I just whiff?
No, you did not. You actually unbricked me.
Oh my fucking god! Wow, that is actually the worst Eradicator.
I'm so sorry. I don't really know what to say here. We'll banish pantheism and reveal 3 tenacity. You know?
Yeah, that's going in the highlight reel.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot about this one. Okay. I mean, I can't really do much with this tenacity. I can do much.
What was the hand? Strike, warning, fucking 2
hand is
pendulums?
going to be on the table momentarily. We're going to go tenacity, grab Stormforth.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Raikiri was your only monster. We are going to scale Monolith Helix, if that's okay. You know, there's no reason to do this, right? Yeah, we're just going to keep these in hand. We're just going to normal summon the disc and just go in for 18.
Sure.
And we'll set 2. Go ahead.
Draw. Allure.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. I don't think it's going to help.
I didn't know the stakes on that allure.
It was worse than you realized, trust me. All right, we might be able to get somewhere. We're going to banish Shure. Oh, actually, oh no, it's still worse than I realized. Never mind. Now we got to go for it. Twin Twister. Pop the back row.
We're chilling. That's
not
strike and warning.
Instant fusion. We'll go Norden.
Yo, all right.
If I had 1 extra card for Twin Twister, this would have been a lot better.
Yeah, it's special Orochi.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, oh, good, I get out of this. And then I remember you have to banish a card for Allure. It's not just Pot of Greed. How sad. Well, whatever I summon's just getting Stormforth, so it literally doesn't matter. May as well just go Castel and get rid of your... Oh, no, this thing's unaffected by Castel, isn't it?
No. Lower than this card's current level. It's currently
lower. It's a 4, yeah. Okay, yeah, so we'll just shuffle it back.
Yeah, that seems right.
And we'll just hit for 2,000. It says it seems right as he puts it in the extra deck.
Yeah, that would seem very right for me.
All right, go ahead. Draw. What is it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, Eradicator. We're doing something. I
kind of want to just pass here. Like, what the fuck do I care if you... What, like, gets you back in it? Another instant fusion. Is Norden at 1 during this period?
Norton's at 1.
Yeah,
I'll let you. Norton's at 1. Yeah, so instant fusion's dead at this point.
What am I scared of?
Not a lot. I mean, the fact that you have Helix Mono with Stormforth is the hand.
I don't think you have...
I know everything.
I don't think you have any 1-card combos. I'm gonna chill here.
Okay, so that's turn end phase 2 on Eradicator. We'll hit.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Okay, so if that's Twin Twister, skill drain, the draw. If that's Twin Twister, I actually do need to start caring. We'll go...
You said skill drains the draw? Okay.
Stormforth here. We'll just get Helix out.
Yep.
24. Could be literally anything.
Could be anything. Go ahead.
Do you get to know this one?
Eradicator ended on the last end phase, so now you're fine.
Well, you'll see it momentarily. It's stealth.
Excellent.
We'll just try for it.
Yeah, you got it. Oh my god, the worst fucking Eradicator ever. Let's do the game 3. I want retribution.
You got it for sure.
All right, we're gonna win one of these. It's got to be doable, right? The Blackwings in 2016, they have to get one win.
Yeah. Well, best of. Oh, okay, this hand is dog. This hand is PP.
Okay.
Yep.
You said that last time. Okay. We'll lure. We'll banish Bora.
Yep.
God, I almost feel like this deck just wants to go second. Like, what the fuck am I doing first? Making, like, Utopia pass? I mean, it's Blackwing. I don't know. I'm not really expecting much else. You know what? Go.
Nothing the Starlight into Trish. We'll draw. Stand by me. Hand did not get better. Let's go upstart.
Okay.
Ooh, that is normal Cleafort stealth.
And we'll take 18. It's all the back row. All the back row.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh my god. That's literally all the back row. Draw standby main.
Oh, whoa.
Normal Chris.
Let's not.
Oh, sorry.
Let's not paper through standby there. Anti-spell.
Sure. Doesn't change my play.
Recreate.
Oh, I hate this fucking card. Okay.
All right, go for it.
I'm just reading Recreate to see if this is doing anything. Level 4 was normal summon, so it's negated until the end of turn, correct? Okay, so Chris is a 1900 vanilla now for all intents and purposes. Battle.
Uh-oh. Yep.
I'll attack.
I really should have set another guy in scale. This is really bad, because now I lose Recreate.
Okay. Second main. Kind of chilling. Don't have to do anything. Yeah, you know what? Out Chris. Go.
Okay. Stormforth.
Actually, I'll set one.
Yeah,
Stormforth's fine.
We're going to move this so that we have the zones again. Not that I can use them with anti-spell.
Well, it's Master Rule 3. Technically, you would have zones.
Yeah, but, you know, they are anti-spelled.
That's fair. 24.
Go for it.
Standby.
No.
Main one. Normal Bora.
Yes.
Special Orochi.
Yes.
Roshi. Excuse me. It's not a snake. Special Bora.
Also yes. Oh, dog.
Trish.
All right, yeah. This is just absolutely
Yeah,
rock.
I figured. Instant fusion.
Yeah! Uh-huh.
Norden for... It doesn't matter. Bora.
Yep.
We'll just send the gamut. We'll just go this guy.
Yeah, big boy.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll attack for,
16
was this
here?
26?
Yeah, take 26, yeah.
Yeah, take 26, yeah. And we're chilling. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Fortunately, Utopia only,
Has
I
to
believe,
attack a
gets the
guy.
effect if it battles a monster, unfortunately. 25.
Okay. Shocked we made it out of that turn.
Yep. I had a million cards that could have won me the game, and of course I didn't draw them.
Shit. You got it. A handful of ones.
Nice anti-spell. Nice anti-spell.
Well, I mean, setting scales doesn't really matter if they all have the
Yeah.
same scale.
Exactly, that too.
All
That too.
right. Okay.
Okay, so not exactly like the Blackwings were the reason we won that. No, I feel like that could have been anything at that point, but that was cool. We got to see Orochi and like what it does for the deck and giving you an extra extender tuner to go into like Trish if you have other 4s. There's also like Graham that like never comes up, but you know, like he's a guy. We get to see Raikkonen, which is cool, but he was just Eradicator fodder, and I probably would have been better just leaving him on the field and not doing anything else.
Maybe, perhaps, could be the
Yeah,
case.
I don't know. It's way too past when Blackwing is relevant. Until like full Armor Master comes out, which is not for another few years in like the Jank timeline. I don't know. I think people were really coping trying to play Blackwing during this era. This is when like Monarch is dominant, right?
Yeah, this is like BA Monarch. Cosmo is about to come out, and people were like, "Why don't
Insane.
we play?" Yeah, not fantastic. I believe it actually does have a regional top during this period, and then it starts topping again in 2019 when that one Finnish player tops nationals with like Rusty Bardish style setups. But yeah, right now it's just a bunch of guys you can special summon and go into rank 4s, which was crazy in 2014. A Cleafort Monarch, I think, is a deck. You know, it identifies kind of the weakness with both strategies. Cleafort is powerful, but it doesn't really have any explosivity relative to the other top decks during this period, which the Monarch Stormforth definitely gives you. And Monarch is a strong deck, but it tends to brick. And the Cleaforts, I mean, it's just the same card over and over again, so theoretically you can't brick on it. In practice, this deck just combines the weaknesses of the two strategies. Because you can't, like, Pantheism... The big Monarchs unbrick you is the problem. Like, Aether sending Pantheism, summoning Kuraz is a tool by which you can unbrick a hand that does not have like a domain setup. We don't have that here. We have to just hard draw both the Monarch half and the Cleafort half. It's not helped by the fact that Stormforth is a lot less powerful if you don't have Aether at your disposal. I think there's maybe an argument to just playing one Aether and a return, but then that cuts off your ability to Pendulum Summon, which is like the whole reason to play Cleafort. You're playing these powerful back row tools, Vanity's Emptiness, Solemn Strike. Anti-Spell has this weird negative synergy, but it's still worth playing. Finding too many of those cards and not enough just like big monsters is also a problem. This deck sees a ton of experimentation during this format. A lot of people tried to break this, playing everything from like just Monolith and Scout in existing Monarch, to just Pantheism and Tenacity in Cleafort to unbrick it. And unfortunately, while Monarch and Cleafort are independently powerful during this period, I think at the WCQ, both of them have like tops. The combined strategy is not very good.
It's like the synergy is so close, but yet so far in a lot of ways. But I mean, that's kind of Yu-Gi-Oh! At the end of the day. It's interesting that Anti-Spell, this is sort of like the period where people really start playing this card in mass. Yep. And it's interesting to see that this was like 2016 and it's 2023 now at the time of recording this.
It does
and it's
the
still
same
around
thing
after
now.
7 years.
It still reads win the game. It's so frustrating.
It does. Or lose the game if you're playing a pendulum, comparatively. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shout out to Shout1317, Tim00x3, MBT Play Medolce, Moto, Cameron L. Smith, Phoenix the Immortal, Pony Stark, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, Draconic, Little Fade Leaf, Dylan Hunter, Cody Brett's Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Flannel Daddy, Twinkle Muncher, Matthew Brady, Helios515. I've tried reading cards before. It was horrible and my guinea pigs had to get me therapy. Cheeks McLapperty, Stolfin Amethyst, Wonder Waffle, MBT Cancel Bio Community soon, Cancel Bio Committee soon, Cancel Bio Players soon, Uncle Brian of Stardust, Nicholas Carpenter, Corvain, and Peyton McGrath. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.